means so much more than just hello and goodbye. In the native Hawaiian language, the aloha spirit can be translated into the joyful sharing of life. And a perfect way to share aloha is with a spirited football game on Christmas Eve. Welcome to the Hawaii Bowl as part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Today inside Aloha Stadium, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders from Conference USA take on the hometown Hawaii Rainbow Warriors from the Mountain West Conference. Mele Kalikimaka, everyone. I'm Chris Cotter alongside Hall of Famer Mark May. And you know the old saying, when you look good, you feel good. How you feeling about now?
I'm feeling great.
I think I got the lesser end of the gifts from the wardrobe department today, but we'll move on from that. You know, going to a bowl game is a reward for every team. But when you come out here to Hawaii and the island of Oahu, it's a little bit more special, isn't it?
It definitely is. And you talk about in the time when people say the playoff diminished bowl games or there are too many bowls, try to tell that to the players in Middle Tennessee to have an opportunity to come to Hawaii where they may never had that opportunity their entire life to come here and enjoy paradise. And how about the Hawaii players? There's not a player on this roster that's ever been to a bowl game. And you look what Nick Rolich has done as a first-year head coach, taking him to a bowl game this year. This game is important to both of these programs.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Blue Raiders from Middle Tennessee had an opportunity for a really special season, and then they lost their quarterback in early November, lost a couple of games right after that. We weren't sure he was going to play in this game until just a couple of days ago. The third member of our crew, Maria Taylor's down on the field with more on that story. Maria?
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Maybe the best bowl gift of the season is Brent Stockstill being cleared to play on Friday by his team doctors. Now, Brent was injured November 5th against UT San Antonio. It's a broken collarbone in his non-throwing shoulder. He did have surgery the day after he injured it. Throwing just days later, and according to Brent, the injury has not affected his throwing motion at all. Now, he said from the beginning that there was no way that he was going to leave his offense out to dry and not play in this bowl game. So he's absolutely happy that he's able to play today, and he's happy that he can lead this offense with his throwing shoulder.
All right, Maria, Brent Stockstill, the coach's kid, is going to start this game, but Middle Tennessee, that offense means it's so much more than just a quarterback because he has so many weapons around him.
It's a three-headed monster, and being a coach's son, he's got total command of this offense. He knows every little player and every little play and where to put the football. Great placement with the football, confidence with the football, total command of this offense. You talk about the 27 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions on a season. Not only that, he can run the football, averaging over 5 yards a carry. Talk about running the football. Octavius Mathers, over 1,500 yards rushing. What's really impressive about him is not just the rushing, but the receiving aspect. 62 receptions on the season. And then I go into the receiving aspect. How about James Ritchie? 97 receptions on the season. The 5'9" sophomore from Sarasota, Florida, does much more than just catch the ball, but he is so quick in the open field. He can run the ball. And how about throwing the football, Chris? 6 for 7 on the season. He's a jack of all trades.
He was a wing T quarterback in high school, so when they needed him at the end of the year, he came through in flying colors. Now, this Hawaii defense, they're charged with stopping all those weapons, but they do have a great middle linebacker in Jelani Tavai.
And he could play for anybody in the country. Jelani Tavai, 6'4", 235 pounds, and he's a middle linebacker. Makes plays all over the football field. Not just the tackles, over 108, he has 118 on the season, but he is the inspirational leader of this football team. You look at the 7 sacks, makes big plays all over the team, all over the field. And when you need an inspirational leader, he's the guy. He's an every down player. He's got a terrific future, not only in college football, but at the next level if he continues to play like this.
Tavai leading the Haka. Mayday, when you talk about coaches for this game, certainly Nick Rolovich is a player who was a coach who played here at Hawaii, so he brings a lot of that experience and the know-how on how to get it done here on the island.
And when we talked about him, he talked about the culture here. You've got to be happy here to have success here, and he knows about the culture here. And when he became the head coach, he tried to change that culture from a losing culture back to a winning culture, and he's been great exceeding at that.
Last 5 years in the Mountain West, they've won 8 games. They won 4 of them this year in his first year. Rick Stockstill, meanwhile, been at Middle Tennessee for quite some time and has really enjoyed a lot of success.
And the way that he treats his players. I had him last year in the Bahamas Bowl. His players absolutely love him. He knows how to win football games.
And we're underway here at Aloha Stadium. Hawaii won the toss and elected to receive. And that's Paul Harris bringing the ball out just outside the 25, and that's where the Rainbow Warriors will scrimmage. Let's take a look at tonight's impact players, brought to you by Lexus. And when Hawaii has the football, they're going to look Marcus Kemp's way, and it's up to Jeremy Cotrera to stop that.
And he's their leader at the receiver position at 6'4", big body, can catch the football, but has the speed to take it all the way. And for the defense for Middle Tennessee, Jeremy Cotrera, 6'2", their tallest defensive back, but he's terrific at man coverage.
Drew Brown will be the quarterback for Hawaii. 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, a sophomore from Montesano, California. Took over the starting job really about 2-3 games into the year on a full-time basis. Out on the right side that time, it's Diosemy St. Just with the carry, picks up good yardage on first down.
Outstanding blocking by the right side of the line. First down is very important to Hawaii. They want to set the tempo and set the tone. They've got to get huge chunks of yards on first down to be successful in this game.
They just picked up 7 on that play, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 7. There are the particulars on Drew Brown. Still learning this offense. That's one of the things that Coach Rolovich said. This has taken him some time, as you might expect. Back to pass now, looking to the left side. Out to his receiver and overshoots Keelan Ivalico.
Drew Brown got good protection on that play, just sailed that ball a little bit. It's a little windy in this stadium. It may not look it, but it's very windy. When we're up here in the box, we can feel the draft just coming through the press box.
I think I heard Mayday complaining about the weather and how windy it was here.
It's perfect football weather, but it's just a little windy when you're trying to throw the football.
It's pretty much perfect weather, but you're right. That wind is starting to whip up here. It's been growing over the last couple of hours. 3rd down and 3 now for the Rainbow Warriors. And the zone read and handoff to St. Just. He's not going to get there. Pickup of just 1 yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Terrific job by the defensive front tackles. You've got Shaquille Huff at 330 pounds and Jamal McBride at 319 pounds. Those little bookend tackles in there do a terrific job of getting leverage for the defense from Middle Tennessee.
And Darryl Randolph coming up from the safety spot to help out on the tackle, so it brings up a 3 and out now in Hawaii's first possession. Rigoberto Sanchez back to punt. He'll handle all the punting and kicking duties for the Rainbow Warriors. Fair catch this time signaled by Richie James. Makes it at his own 26-yard line. And that's where Middle Tennessee will take over. Mayday, Brent Stockstill back from that injury. Maria talked about at the Open. Hurt on November 5th. He's been rehabbing that broken collarbone ever since. And we just found out a couple of days ago he's going to get the start.
With that, you know, you get tempo with him in the game because he knows this offense so well. But how about a tough kid? After the injury, he still completed 2 passes. Didn't want to come out of the game.
We'll see all kinds of different formations this time from Middle Tennessee as we'll get Latavius Mathers in the backfield. Stockstill back to pass. Out in the flat this time. Finds his man for a first down. Got it in the hands of Richie James, and Richie James will come out of the backfield. He'll line up all over the field.
And that's what you want to do with this offense. Get the ball into Richie James' hand. He's so quick when he gets the football. He's quick as a hiccup. Once he touches that football in the open field, it's tough to bring him down. And this is the tempo that I talked about right off the bat in the first play.
First down and 20 now as we get on the outside right here. And Mathers gets a big play all the way down to about the 47, 48-yard line. And one of the things this Hawaii coaching staff said all week long when we were speaking to them was they cannot afford to let Middle Tennessee get big chunk yardage, big plays.
And they've got to be good tacklers. On that play, they weren't outstanding execution on offense on the outside by the receivers, but Mathers knows what to do with the football when he catches it.
62 receptions on the year for Mathers. Going back up top, he's got a receiver, and he connects with him. All the way down to the 20-yard line, Dennis Andrews. The Georgia Tech transfer gets the Blue Raiders into the red zone.
How about the offensive line giving quarterback Brent Stockstill enough time to throw this ball? Not only that, the touch by Stockstill of throwing this pass. It's that tempo I talked about earlier. When he's set and ready to go, he knows exactly where he wants to go with the football.
Continuing with tempo as well, Stockstill. The handoff to Mathers along the right side. Gets a block too. Will he get into the end zone? He does. Touchdown. Blue Raiders. And just like that, Middle Tennessee is broken out on top.
Outstanding job of blocking on the edge, but when you have that ball in Mathers' hands, he knows where the goal line is. And great blocking on the outside. This team knows what to do. It's not just the offensive line. I love how the wide receivers get into blocking with this football team.
20 yards on the touchdown carry for Mathers. He had 16 rushing touchdowns on the year, make it 17.
And right here, Brett Stockstill does a terrific job right here, but look at the blocking on the outside. The wide receivers that I said before, when they get to the outside, they know how to throw a block, and that's what springs him into the end zone.
That's Dennis Andrews, who just had a 30-yard reception on the very play before, making a great block downfield. Cannon Rooker on for the extra point. And it is good. 12 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first quarter. On their first offensive drive of the game, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders take it right down the field and reach pay dirt with Itavius Mathers. 7-0, Middle Tennessee on top of Hawaii here early in the Hawaii Bowl. Toe to leather, Cannon Rooker puts a leg into it. Down to this goal line right there. Big return this time by Paul Harris, all the way out beyond his 40-yard line. Along the right side that time, St. Just again. Gain of about 4 yards.
Little power plays. The offensive line isn't getting a very good push. It's early in this game, but Middle Tennessee's doing a better job pad level in the trenches.
You'll notice that Middle Tennessee likes to go very tempo, a lot of high tempo. Hawaii will slow it down a little bit. St. Just again in the backfield, flanking Drew Brown. Over his head. And Drew Brown is just going to fall on it on his own 25-yard line.
Smart play by Drew Brown. That's all the center's fault, getting the ball. They've got to have that continuity of getting that ball when they're taking that shotgun snap like that. And you've got to practice it 10,000 times. That was just a poor snap by the center.
And this is going to bring up a 3rd and long.
They can't have that happen if you want offensive execution. That is definitely poor execution by the offense.
You mentioned Leo Kolomatangi, brother of the player who was shaken up just a little while ago as the starting center here for Hawaii.
He had been playing some guard and moved back and forth.
3rd and 19 now for the Rainbow Warriors. Brown back to pass. Surveys the field over the middle, can't connect. He's looking for Ivaliko again, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Hawaii will be forced to punt deep in their own territory.
And this offense right now for Hawaii is just out of sync. They're not doing a good job of running the football, and they're not calm and settled down offensively with Drew Brown. The offensive line is doing a decent job in protection. They're giving him a chance to throw the football, but he just needs to settle down and complete passes. He's like hot right now. Brett Favre, when beginning of his career, when he started with Green, used to come out hot all the time, throw the ball hot. You got to get him settled down, get the quarterback settled down, confident, calm in the pocket.
Rigoberto Sanchez back to punt again for Hawaii. 19 of his punts this year have gone for 50-plus yards. Swirling wind here inside Aloha Stadium as he gets off another good one, cutting through the wind, sending Richie James all the way back to his 25 where he fields it. Too close to the boundary that time as he goes out of bounds, but Middle Tennessee will take over from their own 30-yard line. Up 7-0 here early in the Hawaii Bowl from Honolulu. See Mayday there, carving it up on the North Shore. You were there the other day, right? Only the big waves. Waikiki, it wasn't rough enough for you. Little trickeration right here. Flea flicker. Wide open is Richie James. Holds it in at the 20. He'll score.
And I really like that play, but I really hate that play. Back with the Redskins, that was called 50 throwback special. And we had a quarterback break his leg. I'm not going to say his name, but we'll just leave it at that. But a great job of execution by the offense. Fake the handoff. The defense steps up in the play. When the back's got the ball, pitch it back to the quarterback. And guess what? Once you step up, the speed of Richie James just goes right by the defender. He's wide open for the score.
Rojesterman Ferris beating the freshman out of Coral Springs, Florida. Almost not fair to have a freshman in that position to stay one-on-one with Richie James. Cannon Rooker on for the point after to make it 14-0. Middle Tennessee State, he does, and the flea flicker. A lot of times you'll see this in bowl games when coaches have a lot of time to prepare, and it works to perfection for the Blue Raiders. 14-0, Middle Tennessee on top. 14-0 here early in the Hawaii Bowl. Middle Tennessee over Hawaii. And boy, I tell you, the Blue Raiders offense has been firing on all cylinders. Not so much for Hawaii. Maria Taylor's down on the field with more on that.
Well, yeah, Chris, you heard Mark talking about this offense seeming a little bit out of sync. Drew Brown spent majority of the time that MTSU was out on the field with his offensive line. Even head coach Nick Rolovich coming over asking what's going on with the communication. And he talked a lot with Leo Kolomatangi about exactly what's going on with the snap, and they practiced a couple times on the sidelines, guys.
All right, thanks, Maria. Cannon Rooker with the kickoff short this time, corralled at his own 12-yard line. And again, finding room along the right side. The special teams unit for Hawaii paying dividends already. Unga in motion back to his starting spot for Hawaii. St. Just again along the left side, finds some room, gets into the secondary. St. Just is finding some running room out there.
The left side of the line, Dijon Allen and John Wa'a did a terrific job, the left guard and left tackle, allowing St. Just to get through the hole, but a nice job of holding your blocks. Hat on a hat, body on a body, hold your blocks long enough so St. Just can get through the hole and get positive yards.
Alex Dale making the stop that time, but not until St. Just got it to the midfield. The first time in this game, Hawaii getting something going offensively. Brown, quick pass completed this time. Out to Dylan Colley. Brother played at BYU.
And now you feel the Hawaii offense getting a little bit of a rhythm. They've run the ball effectively. Now they're throwing the ball, making completions. Now they're getting into a little bit of a rhythm.
Double tights now for Hawaii. I know as a former offensive lineman, that doesn't upset you one bit.
Oh, smash mouth, let's run it. Oh, yeah.
St. Just gets the handoff and can't get anywhere, though. Those double tight ends didn't pay dividends.
I talked about Shaquille Huff before, the senior, the 6'1", 330-pounder. A great job of penetration by the big fella. Terrific leverage of getting in the backfield, disrupting this run. The worst thing for an offense is to have defensive linemen penetrate the line of scrimmage and disrupt the running back where he has nowhere to go.
Huff and Raynard Felton, who Iro Nick says that's his emotional leader on the defense. Both converging to make that stop. There you go, big fella. Shaquille Huff. 6'1", 330 pounds. Covington, Georgia.
He's got some great feet.
Good feet on that play, making the stop in the backfield. 3rd down and 6 now. Staying with St. Just. Finds an opening along the left side. Nice block downfield that time as well by Keelan Ivaliko. And sprung St. Just for another big game.
And Chris, you said it, the left side, Dijon Allen and John Wa'a, terrific job, left guard, left tackle, getting the push, creating the seam for St. Just to get through, and that's when they've been their most effective, is running to the left side of the offensive line.
19 yards on 3rd and 6, keeping this drive alive, and this has been by far the most impressive we've seen this Rainbow Warrior offense look in this game. Brown looking to pass. Going for the end zone, got a man open, touchdown! Metusela Unga.
And Unga, the big tight end, does a terrific job in this play. When we talked to Nick Rolovich, he said we can get some mismatches. We should have gotten them all season with a 6'5" tight end getting him the football. And here he does a terrific job. Big, long arm tight end, can block, but can definitely catch the football.
Metusela Unga has been banged up all year long. Finally healthy, and you mentioned it. Brian Smith, the offensive coordinator, Coach Rolovich, thought they could get mismatches, and they got one in the red zone to put the Rainbow Warriors on the board. Rigoberto Sanchez with the PAT, and just like that, in a quarter that at least the first half of this quarter have been dominated by Middle Tennessee. Hawaii gets the turnover, quick change, score, and we've got ourselves a ball game here, Mayday.
Metusela Unga does a great job with his body, getting in front of the defender right there, and just goes up, long arms. When you've got a body 6'5" and you've got a defender that's 6 foot covering you, you get your body in front of him, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a big play for the offense.
Richie James and Desmond Anderson back deep for Middle Tennessee, and this one goes way out of bounds. Middle Tennessee, after the penalty, will scrimmage from their own 35. Stockstill, the handoff to Mathers, and he gets swallowed up. Jamal Jones in the backfield.
Outstanding job of reading the play. I talked about penetration always kills running plays. It's a great job by the defense of reading the play, getting in the backfield and making something happen.
David Manoa on the stop that time for Hawaii, my bad. Stockstill out in the flat, finds Richie James. Gets what he can out of it. It'll bring up 3rd down and long.
One thing about Tony Franklin, the offensive coordinator, he's definitely going to spread the wealth around, but he knows the security blanket for quarterback Brent Stockstill Richie James, the wide receiver. Terrific hands, not very big at 5'9", but great hands and knows what to do with the football when he catches it.
Middle Tennessee facing their first third down of the day. It's 3rd and 9. Stockstill, did he make the catch? Simultaneous possession, they're calling it an interception.
Jalen Rogers, cornerback, one of their best defenders. Terrific job of concentrating on the football.
Take a look at the play again. Dennis Andrews was the intended receiver.
Look at Rogers, just taking it away from him, using his hand strength. That's a great job of going over the top.
Take another look at it.
Stockstill had time to throw the ball, good protection by the offensive line, but just the strong hands of Jalen Rogers taking it away from the wide receiver.
2 turnovers now has Hawaii squarely right back into this game. They've got the crowd on their side and a lot of momentum. Brown, the fake to St. Just. Flushed out of the pocket, he'll just throw this one away.
Another terrific job by the secondary in the coverage of the defense from Middle Tennessee. The offensive line did a nice job of protection, giving the quarterback, Drew Brown, a chance to throw the ball.
Quarterback goes out of the tackle box and the ball reached the line of scrimmage.
But no one was open on the play.
Second down and 10 now for Hawaii. Looked like they were going for another big one as well on that first down play. Sudden change. Weren't able to connect, though, so second down and 10. Again, over the top, wide open. Inside the 5, down to the 1. That's where they'll mark him down. John Ursula with the big play.
John Ursula does an outstanding job on this play. Not only that, how about the fake by quarterback Drew Brown? He's going to fake it to the back. The defense steps up. Once the defense steps up just one step, that's enough for John Ursula to get open on the play, and he is wide open on this play. Bad coverage by Middle Tennessee.
All those big runs by St. Just here in the first quarter. Get a player or two sneaking up.
Fans in the stadium thinks he scored on the play.
They, of course, looking at the replay on the Jumbotron here at Aloha Stadium. Laka, he takes it in for the score.
Nice job of collapsing the defensive right. The offensive left of the line does a nice job. But Stephen Laka does a terrific job. There's not much here. He's just going to take it in to score. He's going to lower his shoulder. There's nobody there to stop him.
At 5'10", 210 pounds from Honolulu. They call him the Hammer. That's his 13th rushing touchdown of the year. And he comes up limping. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
A power football by Hawaii. Helmet to helmet, get a push the line back. He just runs through the first tackle, not even close.
Sanchez converts the point after try, and Hawaii with 2 touchdowns in the last minute and 30 of game time. Tied this game up.
Change of momentum. That strip of the quarterback, Brent Stockstill, really changed the momentum of this football game.
Think about this, Mark. Hawaii comes into this game minus 11 in turnover margin on the year, one of the worst in the country. Now they've forced 2 turnovers, and they've scored 14 points off those turnovers.
And that's what you have to do offensively. And Laka does a great job of taking it in here right at the end, celebrating. Looks like he hurt something on his lower leg.
Like he may have gotten that ankle clipped by a defender, though, right after he got into the end zone.
But for an offense, and to gain the momentum, when you get that ball back and the defense gets it back to you, take it in and score, make something happen, get points out of it, and it's great for momentum.
Desmond Anderson, Ruben Garnett, both back to receive this kick. A little bit better this time by Sanchez. Touchback. Bring it out to the 25. Good look there at Nick Rolovich, quarterback here at Hawaii. Played under June Jones.
Done a great job.
Stockstill looking to throw, and this one gets away from him.
I think Brent kind of threw that one away. He didn't see anybody open, and he felt the pressure.
I'll tell you, you can feel this wind whipping up here from time to time. You can see the flags. And that's going to have some type of an impact on the passing game here. If you get it up there in the air, it's going to have an impact. Mathers in motion. Stockstill goes the other way. Finds his receiver. It's Ty Lee again. Nice pickup, but short of the first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
It's a good job by Hawaii's defense of reading the screen. Everybody's eyes are on Mathers going to the left side. Well, guess what? They throw a screen to the right. That's a good job of reading it by the defense. That could have been a big play for the offense. Five receivers.
Empty backfield. Stockstill looks over to the sideline for the call. Rolling left into the pressure. Pass knocked down. Trayvon Henderson.
A terrific play by the Hawaii defense. They came with a blitz. Stockstill runs away from it. Pressure on him. But a great job by Henderson of getting his hands up. He knows he can't get to the quarterback. Get up and knock it down. And that's what he does.
Matt Bonadies to punt for Middle Tennessee. First time we've seen him today. John Ursua back to receive it. This one's going to go over his head and find the end zone for a touchback. First quarter. Back along the left side there, St. Just. With a nice gain of about 5 yards on first down.
I know I bragged about him before and said it before. The left side of that offensive line is doing a magnificent job. That's where their bread is buttered, because they're getting a push. They're making sure they're sealing off the inside with the center, getting the push by the left guard and left tackle, and it's allowing St. Just to find that crease and pick up positive yards.
St. Just with 836 yards rushing this year. Missed all of last year with an injury, but he's been their bell cow back for the most part of this year. Rolovich calls him his most complete back. Again, a huge hole up the middle for St. Just. Into Blue Raider territory. First down for Hawaii.
Poor linebacker responsibility on that play, but great execution by the offense again on the left. Huge hole by the offensive line. I could have run through that hole and gained 8 or 10 yards. 8 or 10, give me 8 or 10. But St. Just does a terrific job of picking up another first down for the Rainbow Warriors.
There are 11 players
that is the end of the first quarter
that might have stopped you before you got to 8 to 10 yards. That's going to put a stop to our first quarter. What an entertaining quarter it's been, too. 14-14, Middle Tennessee jumped out on top early. Hawaii came all the way back. We got a good one, folks. Don't go anywhere. One of the things that Coach Rolovich talked about was turnover margin, and it really has hurt Hawaii so far this season. But he also said we need to create 3 turnovers in this game, and they've already created 2, and it's gotten them right back into it. First and 10 now from the Middle Tennessee 48-yard line. Back to pass goes Brown. He finds his man on the right side. That's John Ursua. Gain of about 7 yards, 6 yards on first down.
Good job by Drew Brown of getting rid of the ball in a hurry.
And we see the turnover margin, 121st in FBS. They didn't do a very good job of tackling early in the year.
Nope.
They didn't do a very good job of forcing turnovers. They've gotten better in the tackling department, and clearly today they've gotten better in the turnover department.
That's one thing you want to see out of your football team, is getting better, particularly a first-year head coach coming in. You want to see your team get better each and every week as the season goes on, and that's the way they feel they've been this season. They've gotten better each week.
Brown back to pass again, feeling the rush, flushed out of the pocket. Has a man open, and he connects. Again, Unga, the big tight end downfield.
Mateo Isela Unga does a nice job again of getting open. The 6'5", 240-pounder. When you see him out there, you got to try to hit him. And a nice job by Drew Brown. Under pressure, under duress, the blitz comes, so what's he do? Rolls out of the pocket, makes the play, looks for his big tight end, and finds him for the first down.
Chris Melton was supplying the pressure for Middle Tennessee, couldn't get there in time. Unga, 32 yards, setting up Hawaii again in the red zone. St. Just, the fake to him, and Drew Brown keeps it. Inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Beautiful fake.
Outstanding fake by not only the quarterback, Drew Brown, but how about the running back? The defense fouled the running back on the play. That was really exceptional. Look at all the hats of the defense. Nobody's fouling the quarterback. But a great job of the fake by quarterback Drew Brown.
Unga with the seal block as well. Setting up Hawaii now inside the 10 at the 6. 1st and goal. The fake. Brown keeps it. He'll score.
Another terrific job by Drew Brown of reading the defense, but the defense attacking St. Just on the fake. They're going for the back on the fake, which guess what? There's nobody to the outside. Great decision by Drew Brown. He sees the opening. Easy score for Hawaii.
Let's remember that the first couple of drives, even though Hawaii wasn't scoring touchdowns, St. Just was getting chunks of yards running on the left side.
They've got to respect that. That's why you watch the linebackers go with the flow. They're going with the running back.
Hawaii takes their first lead of the game, and Rigoberto Sanchez looking to make it 7 points, the margin. And the senior from Hamilton City, California, does just that. 21-14, Hawaii on top. Drew Brown has become the magician of the zone read, and it's all working for the Rainbow Warriors. Middle Tennessee players enjoying their time in Honolulu at a water park earlier on in the week. Not enjoying their time so much right now. 21 unanswered for Hawaii. They've taken a lead in this game. And the crowd is into it here at Aloha Stadium, and certainly all of the momentum on the side of the white and green.
Just tell by the body language of the players on the sideline. Before they were all sitting down, their heads down. Now most of them are standing up. They're into the game now.
Rigoberto Sanchez with the kick down at his own 3-yard line. Stopped. Bounces off, but can't get away. Desmond Anderson with the return, but stopped at his own 15-yard line. Let's send it down to the field with Maria Taylor. Maria?
But you guys are talking about the body language on the Hawaii sideline, and you're right, it's completely changed. When they were down by 2 scores, it was a lot of asking questions, almost confusion it seemed like over there on the bench. But now everyone's saying just play free, more of that. Let's get another play like the last one. A lot of confidence, a lot of guys keeping each other up, and it's completely flipped from the beginning of this matchup, guys.
Thank you, Maria. Yeah, it certainly looks like it would be completely flipped on the other side as well with Middle Tennessee. But they get Richie James involved, and look at this guy. Starts to the right, goes to the left, and trips on his own man. Tripped on his own teammate that time. Desmond Anderson was downfield trying to make a block, and Richie can't even believe it.
He's unbelievable.
It just goes to show you his explosive nature, though.
And nice job of the line blocking, but he just has so much quickness when he gets the football and makes things happen. He's so quick in the open field.
And now it's first in California. I believe our colleague Jesse Palmer likes to say. It's a long way before they convert. Stockstill. Oh, it's picked off. Picked off this time by Hawaii, and he's got a convoy of blockers in front of him, and Trayvon Henderson is going to take it to the house.
Definitely some confusion by the offense. They had 2 wide receivers in the same area, 1 defender, and the 1 defender picks it off. Trayvon Henderson, Johnny on the spot, does a terrific job not only picking it off, but taking it back to the score.
Well, Rick Stockstill can't believe it. His young quarterback would only thrown 5 interceptions all year long. Granted, he missed the team's last 4 games. Throws 2 here in the first half. This one taken to the house by Trayvon Henderson. And Hawaii extends their lead. Extra point is good. And in shocking fashion, Hawaii has rattled off 28 straight points, including Trayvon Henderson's 3rd interception of the year. He takes this one back to the house, and it's a 28-14 lead for the Rainbow Warriors. 28-14, Hawaii has jumped all over Middle Tennessee after the Blue Raiders opened up a 14-0 lead. In Mayday, it's all been about something that Hawaii has not been able to do all year, and that's create turnovers, as they've gotten now 21 points off of those turnovers to really turn this game around.
Well, they hit head coach Nick Rolovich's goal. He said coming into the game, their goal was to get 3 turnovers against Middle Tennessee, and they've got 3 in the first half, and the first half isn't even over.
Midway through the second quarter, and they've already reached his goal. Now I'm sure he's getting greedy down there. He's saying, if we can get 3, why don't we get 5 or 6?
No, he'll just tell the guys at halftime, when I said 3, I only meant the first half.
Now you gotta go really work.
Well, certainly the team can see what turnovers can do for you, as the Rainbow Warriors have now forged a 14-point lead. Rigoberto Sanchez kicks, sails into the end zone. Desmond Anderson corrals it there, and the touchback will put Middle Tennessee back in business. The other thing to keep in mind, too, is when you put Dennis Andrews or Richie James in the game, Richie James is a high school quarterback. They can throw the ball. Stockstill, he can throw it. Finds a man, too. Wide open across the middle that time. Ty Lee with the catch, and it's going to be another first down.
What a nice release by Brent Stockstill. I like the way he throws the ball on the run, whether it's left or right. He's more comfortable, obviously, going to the left because he's a left-hander, but he's just got so much confidence and a great release going down the field with the football. Good feet in the pocket, making a big play down the field.
Once again, Middle Tennessee now scrimmaging from Hawaii territory from the 46-yard line. Haven't been able to finish a drive in some time. Stockstill rolling to his right. This time connects with Richie James, and he gets loose. One man to beat, tries to shake and bake, can at the 15, but the Blue Raiders are in business. Jalen Rogers made the tackle, but not before Richie James picked up another big gain.
I talked about the quickness of Richie James earlier in his football game, and he's so quick, picking up additional yards, just using his quickness to get around the defender. Defender thought he's got the angle on him there. He just turns the corner, and he's off to the races, picking up a huge play.
Damian Packer, Packer couldn't get out to make the tackle, and once that happened, as we mentioned earlier, these Hawaiian defensive backs are on an island trying to cover all these receivers, and if you can make one miss, you can have a big play out of it. Mathers in motion. Stockstill going for the corner. Richie James is mugged. Flags come in from all over the place.
I think that was pretty good acting by Richie James on that play also.
Trayvon Henderson is going to be called. Let's see if it was acting or an actual mugging.
Pass interference. Defense number 39. Automatic first down.
Hugging and pushing each other? Come on, let them go at it.
I think it's probably legit. It's probably a legitimate call.
Better check his pocket for his wallet.
Trayvon's had himself a pretty good game, though. Every now and then, just prevent a touchdown.
But it's tough when a safety is covering a wide receiver like that. You really want a good, quick cover corner on Richie James, and when you put a safety on him, mismatch.
First and goal for the Blue Raiders, and as you see, they have been fantastic this year. Stockstill rolling to his left, getting pressured. He just throws this one away.
Good coverage by the Rainbow Warriors.
Nice job that time by Mefi Koloa Matangi. He was hurt earlier in the game. Back in there, pressuring Stockstill.
Yeah, he tried to get James one-on-one, and James wasn't open on the play, and then they flooded the area. Everybody tried to make a play, and the quarterback scrambled, and no one was open.
Second down and goal now from the 3. Stockstill has Itavius Mathers in the backfield with him. Screen to the right. Nice move that time and a score. Nice job by Ty Lee to make the first man miss and pick up the touchdown.
Not only that, Richie James threw a block on that play. 2 defenders out there. James throws one block. Ty Lee has to make a defender miss, and he does. Takes it in for the score.
8th touchdown reception on the year for Ty Lee, and Middle Tennessee right back at it.
And Richie James just does such a terrific job throwing the ball, running the ball, receiving the ball. But how about the little guy making blocks? I mean, that's big time. When you're 5'9", 180, and you're throwing a block out there for one of your teammates, springs him for the touchdown.
Lee made Henderson miss on the tackle. And in Rooker's extra point. Puts Middle Tennessee back to within 7 with 1:41 left to go in the first half.
And they needed that offensively, and they needed that for their team to get some momentum back in this football game after Hawaii scores 28 unafter points. Middle Tennessee took the 14-0 lead, they couldn't do anything right offensively after that point.
And that young man you just saw right there, Brent Stockstill, needed that drive as
Yes.
well after a couple of picks, a fumble. He hadn't played since early November when he broke his collarbone. He's been rehabbing since, so from a confidence standpoint, that certainly will help him as we look to the second half.
And also when he ran the ball and picked up 7 yards on first down and lowered his shoulders, coming off the broken collarbone, I think they gave him some confidence also.
We're all friends and family, though.
It's the holidays.
That's exactly. It's that real tight spirit. Cannon Rooker puts a leg into it. Paul Harris corrals it at his own goal line. He gets out to the 30, flag down.
It's an easy one.
Drew Brown the handoff to St. Just, spins out of a tackle. Stiff arm, gets 7 yards. Great run by St. Just. A little anger on the sideline, Sue there.
This game means something to both teams.
Some players taking exception to the way that play ended. He's a nominee for the Burlsworth Trophy. That's for the top former walk-on in college football. Nice pass that time by Drew Brown. Finds his man on the left side, and Keelan Ivaliko with the grab in the first down. So the Rainbow Warriors are in business. 1:11 left to go here in the second quarter.
Keelan Ivaliko's a crowd favorite here in Hawaii. Outstanding job catching the football, but he was open on that play. Nice patience by quarterback Drew Brown.
Ivaliko caught the game winner in their win over UMass, one of the wins that got him here in this bowl game, and Brown back in business. Flushed out and just throws this one away.
Left tackle Deshaun Allen was lucky on that play because he had a bear hug on the defender.
Second down and 10 now for Hawaii as they try to put points on the board to pad their lead before we get to the end of this first half. Very entertaining first half of football. Up and down the field.
I thought there'd be a lot of scoring, but we didn't think it would be Hawaii leading in this football game at this point just because of the explosive offense of Middle Tennessee.
And we didn't think that Hawaii's defense would set them up with turnovers as they have in this game. Brown again back to throw. Going for it again, this time going for Kemp, the big receiver, and he comes down with it for the score. There's Marcus Kemp.
Talked about it before, the match between Jeremy Cottrell and Marcus Kemp. Cottrell, their tallest defensive back at 6'2", misjudges the football, but it's 6'4". Marcus Kemp goes up and brings it in for another touchdown for Hawaii.
Kemp's 8th score on the year, the first time we've called his name today, and what a big moment for the Rainbow Warriors. High snap on the PAT. Holder gets it down, and Sanchez nails it.
Talk about reclaiming momentum. 3rd and 13, maybe go for the field goal, but how about this? Good protection, just enough time for Drew Brown to throw it up top to his big fella to make an adjustment on the football and come down with a touchdown reception.
Good news for Middle Tennessee. They'll get the ball to start the second half. The bad news is they're down 14 points, and all the momentum resides on the Hawaiian sideline right now. Maria Taylor is standing by right now with Coach Rolovich. Maria?
Well, Coach, after MTSU goes down and scores a touchdown, you respond with one of your own. How would you describe how your team was able to reclaim some of that momentum?
For all season, we seem to spot people 14 points. Our guys just, they don't care. They're ready. They're excited to play with each other. And we came back and played some good ball. But this team is explosive. We got to make sure we come out for the second half.
Well, you were able to force 3 turnovers in the first half. What allowed your defense to be so productive in the first?
I think they played aggressively. I think we got good pressure on the QB and got some errant throws, and our guys made some plays.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Maria. 35-21, our halftime score. Hawaii on top. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll send it to the studio in Bristol. Adnan Virk, Craig McElroy, and Tommy Luganbill with the Buick halftime report. University of Hawaii 35 and Middle Tennessee 21. A bit of a surprising halftime score here as Middle Tennessee broke out to a 14-0 lead, and then Hawaii came storming back. Chris Cotter alongside Mark May, and Mayday, what was it that turned this game around in Hawaii's favor there in the first half?
Turnovers, turnovers, and more turnovers. And not only that, for Hawaii to capitalize on those turnovers.
All right, let's take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Sheraton Hotels and Resorts. And Hawaii really being able to run the football. The Osprey St. Just 92 yards rushing. The turnovers, the really big story though. Those 3 turnovers that Hawaii turned into points on every single one of them. Brent Stockstill, the quarterback. A couple of touchdown passes, but also 2 picks and a fumble. That all leads to a 14-point Hawaii lead. Maria Taylor, just moments ago, caught up with Rick Stockstill.
Coach, 3 turnovers in the first half. What do you attribute some of those mistakes to on offense?
Well, I think their pressure. We haven't done a very good job of handling their blitzes up front, so we got to do a better job. We did a better job the second quarter there, but we got to do a much better job the second half.
What would you say is the biggest challenge faces your team as you try to get a win here in the second half?
We just got to play more consistently. We got to do our job. We got to play smarter. We got to stop the run. We haven't done a very good job stopping the run right now. We're moving the ball. We got over 300 yards of offense. We just got to continue to move the ball and be patient and not panic. And I think we'll be all right.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Coach. Second half kickoff. Touchback, so Middle Tennessee gets the football here, and they'll scrimmage from their own 25. Mayday in need of putting something together here.
And they have to protect the football. And I know Coach Stockstill said they've got to start moving the ball as they had moved the ball in the first half. Just have to stop making mental mistakes.
Mathers with the carry and can't get anywhere as that Hawaii defense rises up as they've done really. With the exception of the first maybe 5 or 6 minutes of this game, Mark, they have been outstanding defensively.
They've controlled the line of scrimmage, particularly against the run. Where Middle Tennessee loves to run the ball, Ditavius Mathers, he just hasn't gotten off to a good start. First couple of touches of the football early looked pretty good. Since then, they've just stoned the running game.
Liani Moala with the stop on that last one. Richie James from the Wildcat tries to find a crease down the right side, slithers his way for about 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Wow, Chris is slithery. He should have been stopped for a loss on that play. He just kept his eyes down the field and his feet moving and picked up positive yardage.
Big 3rd down here at the start of the second half. Again, into the Wildcat as Stockstill splits out to the left side. 3 receivers, he's one of them. Richie James again at that quarterback spot. The reverse this time and fumble. And it looks like Middle Tennessee was able to recover, averting disaster here at the start of the second half.
See, that's what happens when you go to a bowl game and you've got a couple of weeks to prepare. These offensive coordinators are like mad scientists. Let's put in this special play. We haven't run this all season. Let's put in this one. Let's put in that one. Well, you don't have enough time during the season to work on it. You have the extra preparation time before a bowl, and it just doesn't seem to work out. Sometimes it does. In this case, it just didn't. The timing was off.
James tried to hit Ty Lee on that reverse, and it didn't work out. And luckily, Josh Chester was there for the recovery, but it brings up a 4th down. And Matt Bonaduce is going to punt it away. Fair catch signal at his own 40-yard line by John Ursua. He takes over here from his own 41-yard line. Again, double tights. Osprey St. Just with the carry, bounces it outside. Has a little bit of room, stiff arm, gets about 11 yards on the carry.
Wow, what an outstanding job by St. Just on that play. There was nothing there at the point of attack, and just his quick feet and instincts got positive yardage enough for a 1st down.
1st down as they move into Middle Tennessee territory. Remember early in the game, Stephen Lakalaka, who's their hammerback, their bigger back, scored a touchdown but injured his ankle on that play. So it's really been the Osprey St. Just the entire time. For Drew Brown, back to pass. He has a man open too, and he connects inside the 10-yard line. Ursua with the grab. Boy, do they love this young man as well. Just came back from a 2-year mission in Paris, speaks fluent French. He's a redshirt freshman, but he's 3 years out of high school because he redshirted last year after his 2-year mission.
And John Ursua just showing his speed and jets right here, just runs away from the defenders. Awesome job by the offensive line of giving Drew Brown pass protection where he can step up in the pocket and deliver the football on the money.
1st and goal for Hawaii. St. Just looking for room. Tripped up, picks up maybe 2.
This offensive line was mix and match up front. The right guard and center had some issues where they switched around and played different positions. Looks like they're really coming together. Usually it takes time, cohesiveness on the offensive line. They've gotten better throughout this ball game. They started off a little shaky, but the offensive lines, they've made some holes for the running backs and done a nice job protecting quarterback Drew Brown.
Justin Akins with the stop that time for Middle Tennessee, 2nd and goal from the 5. St. Just carries again, this time stopped in the backfield. Nice play that time by Darius Harris, coming from his middle linebacker spot alongside DJ Sanders making the stop.
Now, as I was just bragging on the offensive line, what do? They let me down.
Right up the middle, Harris was not going to be denied. Knifing in from that MLB spot. Setting up a 3rd and goal. This is a really big play for Middle Tennessee when you talk about going down possibly 3 touchdowns early in the second half. All the momentum on Hawaii's sideline. Here comes Stephen Lakalaka back in the game. He injured his knee. You can see it's wrapped up in that first half. He's the hammer. He's the big running back, number 4 for Hawaii, back in the game.
He's a senior. He's a tough guy.
Throwing it back on the left side with a tackle eligible, and big fella isn't going to get into the end zone. That was sniffed out that time by Middle Tennessee. We've got a flag on the play.
Illegal touching. Offense number 50. Penalty is loss of down. It is 4th down.
Again, I spoke too soon. I said tackle eligible.
Not
tackle
eligible.
Ineligible.
But as a tackle, those are the plays you dream about.
Right.
Yeah, we worked on it in practice. Coach, I can catch the ball. I can make something happen.
I forgot to declare myself as eligible. There you see it
More
here.
step. One more step in the process.
Let's show some good hands, but the quickness to get to the outside.
No running ability there. No swivel hips.
Quite
no
have
quick
it.
feet.
24-yard attempt. Partially, it sounded like it was partially blocked, but it does go through. Sanchez extends Hawaii's lead, 38-21 right now. 9:46 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We've got a good one set up here for the second half. Welcome back to the Hawaii Bowl, all part of Capital One Bowl Mania. Hawaii pads their lead by 3. Sanchez kicks off. Another touchback. Did a good look at Corey Rasmussen there.
Not that big as a defensive tackle. He's only 295. He's the only defensive tackle on both sides of the ball. It's under 300.
Going up top for Richie James, and he's got him. What a beautiful pass that time. James had just a step, and that's all he needed on Trayvon Henderson. And Stockstill put it right in the breadbasket.
That's what this offense needs. I talked about it 2 plays. Explosion plays by this offense going vertically with the football. They've got to get back in this game. They've got to score quick. And they do right here with a beautiful pass down the field play. Nice touch by quarterback Stockstill.
And now you can go into a little bit of tempo here, and this is exactly what Middle Tennessee does. Dennis Andrews hauls it in. That'll be another 1st down. And let's see how quickly the Blue Raiders can get going offensively.
Not wasting any time at all getting up to the football.
Jalen Rogers defending on the play. Stockstill looks to the sideline to get the call.
Got James one-on-one here in the slot.
Rolling to his left. Tries to find James, and he short hops it. Incomplete.
The defense is lucky there. They grabbed James on that play.
Ikem Okeke again with the pressure, and he's been coming off the edge with abandon in this game for Hawaii.
Hawaii's not afraid to pressure you. We talked to defensive coordinator Kevin Lamprey. He said, we haven't had a lot of sacks this year, but we've had a lot of pressures. We're good at getting close to the quarterback and knocking him down.
Fake pitch, hands it this time to Richie James. Breaks some tackles along the right side and gets all the way inside the 10-yard line. Wow. What do we call him?
Like a water bug.
Yeah, he just slides right through that gap. It looks like he's going to get stopped, but he finds a way to squirt through it.
I talked about how quick he is. Once he gets in the open field and he plants the foot and takes a direction, he's 1 step or 2 steps ahead of the defender every single time. Then he uses his speed. They've got to get the angle to tackle him, but he is a play-making machine.
24 yards on that carry for Richie James. 1st and goal. Dennis Andrews in the Wildcat. Nothing doing on that play. What a great job by Jelani Tavai. knifing into the backfield to make the stop for a loss.
And Tavai is their big playmaker on defense. He's in on every single play. He's an all-down, every down player. At 6'4", has such great range as a middle linebacker. He makes plays all over the field.
Andrews put a foot in the ground, tried to get upfield. Tavai was there to put a stop to it. 2nd down and goal from the 10. Stockstill back in the gun, fakes the handoff. Looking at the slant, he gets it. Big hit, but he holds on for the score. Dennis Andrews hauls it in. Withstood the big hit that time by Damian Packer, but held on. Nice play.
But how about the play fake by quarterback Brent Stockstill? Takes the snap, squats down where the defense can barely see him, stands tall in the pocket and delivers a strike to Dennis Andrews between the two defenders, and he comes down, gets rocked on the play, but still holds on to the football for the touchdown reception.
Cannon Rooker on to try the point. Nails it, and the Blue Raiders pull to within 10. 7:51 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We have got a whale of a game here at the Hawaii Bowl. Don't go anywhere, folks. Up and down the field we go. Players from both teams visiting a local hospital during the week. That's a big part of what this bowl game is all about. The Hawaii Bowl. Hawaii right now, 38-28. They lead Middle Tennessee almost midway through the 3rd quarter. A big reason for it, too, is the quarterback play of Drew Brown. Let's see if Hawaii now can mount yet another drive. 9 players have scored touchdowns in this game, Mayday. 9 different players, so they've been spreading the wealth. That is for sure.
That's what needs to happen in bowl games. Everybody gets a taste.
Everybody gets involved. Even Trayvon Henderson, safety, with a pick 6.
Doesn't happen that often.
No,
that many players.
It does not. Kick will sail into the end zone. Hawaii will start at their own 25-yard line. That's one of St. Just with the carry, sneaks slow, gets about maybe 3 yards.
It ran a little wham on that play against Jamar McBride, but it didn't work. These big defensive tackles inside aren't only just big 300-pounders, very agile, can make plays and shed blocks and get to the ball carrier.
Very experienced as well. 4 seniors up front for this Middle Tennessee team, and they go deep as well. Raynard Felton, Jamal Jones. They play a lot of players up front.
I used to hate that as a player. Defensive players can rotate in and out. Offensive linemen have to stand there the entire duration.
St. Just again with the carry, bounces it to the outside. Looking for that 1st down marker, finds it, and more. Crowd appreciates the effort as St. Just brings it all the way out to the 45-yard line.
And the awesome St. Just, terrific job of not stopping on the play, not giving up on the play. When a lot of defenders pulled up and thought he was going to go out of bounds, he just kept running, tiptoeing down the sidelines, lowered the shoulders, and picked up the 1st down and more.
Got a nice little block right there, you can see. On the outside there, Marcus Kemp helping spring him for a few more yards. Dylan Collie also getting a nice block. 1st and 17. Harris again with the carry, another big hole up the middle. Gets some of it back, 2nd down and 10.
See Hawaii rotating some backs here, keeping them fresh.
Yeah, it's the first time we've called Harris's name at that tailback spot. St. Just is getting a little bit of a break, but he comes back into the game here, supplanting Paul Harris. Harris was the lead running back last year when St. Just was out with the injury. This year he has 537 yards, 7 yards per carry, a couple of touchdowns for the senior from Columbus, Ohio. St. Just back in. Brown back to pass. He wants it all, too, and he won't get it. Little pushing and shoving.
Good coverage. That's
nothing
good
to write home
coverage.
about.
Good coverage on the play. Offensive line has done a fabulous job of protecting quarterback Drew Brown, giving him an opportunity to step up in the pocket and throw the football.
He was looking for a Sue on that one. Charvarius Brown on the coverage.
This is a big play for Middle Tennessee in their defense after scoring the touchdown, getting some momentum back, 3rd and long. They need to stop here.
Charvarius Ward, I should say, on the coverage. Paul Harris back in. Drew Brown's right in the gun. Brown sprints out of the pocket, looking for a receiver. Finds one in Kemp. Little short of the first down. This is going to bring up 4th down and 4.
Fabulous job by Drew Brown of avoiding the sack, stepping up in the pocket, going laterally, and completing a pass.
Stephen Rhodes with the pressure on Brown, forcing the quick throw, forcing him out of the pocket. And 4th down, and Rolovich just 3 yards into Middle Tennessee territory, opting to punt it away. Now we've got some confusion.
Yes.
Lots of confusion. Rigoberto Sanchez getting ready to punt the ball, but we've got an extra Hawaii player on the field, and it's a fake. And they complete the fake. I have never seen that formation in my entire life. Ammon Barker comes down with the ball, and Rigoberto Sanchez played it off beautifully, and Makoa Command Stevens was behind the punter. First time here, number 10.
First time I've seen that. There was confusion by the officials on the play, confusion by Middle Tennessee, but not by Hawaii. Their special teams has been outstanding all season long. Completion down the field to play for another 1st down for the Rainbow Warriors. Something you got to watch from Hawaii. Special teams has really helped them out all season long.
I was confused. Everybody was confused, especially Middle Tennessee State. Hawaii converts on a big 4th down, and now Brown goes back to work. Finds his receiver for a short gain that time. And Dylan Colley making the grab. Clock running now, getting to 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 10-point lead for Hawaii, and they're driving and making plays.
And if Drew Brown is patient for one more step, he's got Unga wide open for a touchdown. That's why he grabbed his helmet on that play, saying, if I just waited a little longer, instead of a couple of yards, I could have had it all.
Brown keeping it along the right side. No room. Fantastic play that time.
Chris Melton got out there.
Tyshawn Render, Chris Melton also. Good look at Melton, sophomore from Leesburg, Georgia.
Middle Tennessee struggled a lot on defense this year compared to in the past, and coordinator Tyrone Nix, when we met with him, he told us the reason why our defense is so good in the past, we had NFL players on it. Now we've got a lot of young players that not a lot of experience that were backups in the past that have come and contributed this year, and that's why their defensive statistics and numbers don't look even close to what they've had in the past.
Brown back to pass again, looking left side. Connects with Colley. Short gain that time. It'll bring up a 4th down and about a long 3, we'll say.
One thing about Colley that I've noticed in this game, doesn't have a lot of balls thrown to him, but when they throw the ball to him, he catches the football. Doesn't matter if it's a bad pass, a low pass, a high pass, he's got a knack of coming up and catching the football.
They really like how he's also very cerebral out there on the field. And 4th down and a long 3, and why not? First bowl game since 2010 for Hawaii. Stephen Lakalaka in the game, and Drew is going to look to pass to his right. He finds his man, Kemp again inside the 5. On 4th and 3, he passes it to Kemp.
And what a terrific call by offensive coordinator Brian Smith, head coach Nick Rolovich going for this. Hey, why not? It's first bowl game in a long time. Let's go ahead and go for it.
And confidence in Drew Brown as well. Brown looking to pass into the end zone, no problem. Unga with the score again.
Tight end Matori Sela Unga, 6'5", was wide open on that play. And a heck of an athlete at 6'5", 240. He creates mismatches not only with his size, but also with his speed and his route running.
Coach Rolovich told us, watch out for Unga, now healthy. You mentioned the mismatches, and he has had himself a great game. Touchdown number 2, and it extends this Rainbow Warrior lead. (45-28), Hawaii with the lead. And everything on this drive set up with the fake punts. McCoy commands Stevens
Almost looked,
with a strike.
almost looked like confusion on the play, but it wasn't.
Ammon Barker with the catch there, and Matuasela Unga with the catch here. All Rainbow Warriors to this point. Still a quarter and change left to go. What will Middle Tennessee do next? Hawaii has scored on 6 of their last 7 possessions, 5 touchdowns and a field goal, throwing a pick 6 during that time. That amounts to a 45-28 lead over Middle Tennessee. 1:15 left to go in the third quarter. Here's a good look at Matuasela Unga now, 2 touchdowns on the day. Only one of 9 players who have scored in this game to score twice. That may change, though, because we still have a quarter plus to go, and we're going to see some more scoring. I can guarantee you that. On the return that time, Desmond Anderson. Back in action is Middle Tennessee, looking for some room. Richie James just can't find it. He does, again, make something out of nothing, though, and picks up 2.
The quarterback, Brent Stockstill, was out there throwing the block for him. At least they pick up a few yards on the play.
Makani Kalewa-Hea with the stop that time for Hawaii. 2nd down and 8. This time, it's Mathers. Finally gets free. Big gain of 1st down for Middle Tennessee before Damian Packer was able to make the stop downfield. As we've come to the end of the third quarter here in Honolulu.
That is the end of the third quarter.
On the island of Oahu. And the hometown folks are smiling. 45-28. Hawaii with the lead. Can the Blue Raiders mount a 4th quarter comeback? Stay tuned to find out. Mele Kalikimaka, happy Hanukkah to all of our friends watching the Hawaii Bowl tonight. 45-28, Hawaii on top. Brent Stockstill, 21 of 38, 310 yards, 3 touchdowns, but a couple of picks. Had a costly fumble lost earlier in the game as well. Nicked up on that last series, but he's back in the game now for Middle Tennessee, hoping to lead the Blue Raiders to a big 4th quarter comeback in this game, handing off to Itavius Mathers to get this drive started.
Good push by the offensive line. A nice double team between the center, Daniel Stevens, and the right tackle, Chandler Brewer, picking up positive yards for the offense.
Stockstill back in after injuring his throwing shoulder on that last series, throwing a block. Stockstill back to pass again, quick over the middle, wide open. He finds his receiver, couple of moves downfield, and it's a big gain that time for Ty Lee.
Really nice move by Ty Lee. Good protection by the offensive line, allowing Stockstill to step up and throw this bullet down the field. Good tempo.
22-yard gain that time for Ty Lee, and you talk about tempo, 1st downs. Stockstill rolling to his left. Looking to the end zone, another flag down. Richie James makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. This kid is something else.
Does a terrific job catching the ball, but can we let him play? Every play is a penalty.
Holding on the defense. 10-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
We don't know who that was called on. We didn't get a number. I can tell you, Charles Lambertina, our referee on the night, is going to need a lozenge by the end of this night.
He's earning his paycheck.
Almost every single play. Can he get to the outside? Missed tackle, and he does score. Ty Lee stayed on his feet and gets the score for Middle Tennessee. Jalen Rogers couldn't bring him down inside the 5.
What a fabulous job by the freshman, Ty Lee, at 5'9", doing an outstanding job of not going down, not being denied to take it in for the score.
Middle Tennessee is not done yet, not by a long shot. With 10:09 left to go in this contest, Cannon Rooker with an opportunity to bring the Blue Raiders to within 10 once again. Cannon nails it. I scan the field for flags. I see none, surprisingly. And it is a 10-point Hawaii lead with over 10 minutes left to go in this one. Tons of football left to go, and the game is completely up in the air. Don't go anywhere. That is Coach Rick Stockstill from Middle Tennessee, not Nick Rolovich. Rolovich might be a little bit more
He's got some moves.
Yeah. He's from Tennessee.
Got some sweet hips, got some moves there.
The luau that both teams enjoyed earlier on in the week. Middle Tennessee with a drive there to get within 10 points. With 10:09 left to go in this one. The Hawaii Bowl, it's been a fantastically entertaining game to call, and I hope you enjoyed it at home as well watching it. Kick taken out of the end zone that time. Hawaii continues to work clock. Brown now changing the play. St. Just keeps it around right side. Head of steam, puts his shoulder down and gains 7. This game has lived up to the hype and then some. 10-point game right now. Hawaii on top, trying to run clock and keep the drive alive. Brown completes it to Ursua again on the right side. Big hit that time. Delivered by Jeremy Cotrere.
He just engulfed the receiver on that play. He came flying out like a missile on that play.
Maybe letting a little frustration out as well and letting Ursua know about it.
But that's just a smart job by Jeremy Cotrere of reading the football play, knowing where the football is, and attacking the football and making a play on it.
Well-designed play, too, to get Ursua open in the flat. Great closing speed that time by Cotrere. So here's the situation. 3rd down and 2. Clock continues to wind now. 7:20 and counting. Middle Tennessee has got to get their defense off the field. Ursua again with a big play and finds some open space. Inside the 40-yard line, this man cannot be stopped here in the 4th quarter.
John Ursua is just a freshman, but what a special player. Smart, heady, knows how to get open, goes past the 1st down marker, picks up the additional yardage. But on 3rd down, he's been absolutely instrumental in this offense, coming down with 3rd down receptions and making plays. Right here, picks up a block, turns it down the field, and picks up the 1st down.
Makes a move on Javonte Moffitt. All those extra yards, and Hawaii is not just killing the clock right now, but they are moving the football. 1st and 10 from Middle Tennessee's 38. St. Just bounces it to the left. Finds an open hole and puts his shoulder down again. 8 more yards. He is having a huge game.
Metui Selau-Unga does a terrific job of coming down and blocking in the middle of the line of scrimmage on that play. But what a sweet cut by St. Just, picking up the big yards. Nice job by the offensive line, but the cut that he makes on this play, picking up the additional yardage, picks up 8 yards on the play.
114 yards now on the day for the Osamis St. Just. Under 6 minutes to play in this one. Hawaii up 10 and driving. Double tights. Paul Harris up the middle. Breaks the tackle. Great move by Harris. Inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Hawaii. What an athlete, Paul Harris.
What moves, not being denied on the play, but the offensive line is wearing down the defensive front 7 of Middle Tennessee. They've been doing it for the last 2.5 quarters, pounding the football, but an outstanding change of pace with Paul Harris coming into the game. Terrific running back. The senior's done a terrific job running the football downhill, but here, spectacular cuts with the football.
What a move by Harris.
How about this drive for Hawaii? Not only moving the ball, picking up 3rd downs, but milking the clock.
Already now 5 minutes on this drive and counting, and they've gone the length of the field. Fake to Harris. Brown keeps it. Trying to find the corner. He won't get there. He'll be dropped for a loss. DJ Sanders tracked him down.
Not what you want out of your offense, not a positive play, but the key was keeping the clock rolling.
Let's remember in this game, folks, Middle Tennessee opened up a 14-0 lead in the 1st quarter, and they were cruising. Brent Stockstill, in his 1st game since injuring his shoulder in early November, was hot early on and in sync. And then a big turnover, and Hawaii put points on the board, and that turned everything around about midway through the 1st quarter.
Momentum changed at that point, and then the other turnovers in the pick 6 also.
Brown, the handoff to St. Just. Finds a crease and gets down to about the 4-yard line. Javonte Moffitt with the stop, so a big 3rd down and goal coming up here for Hawaii. The 10-point lead. Can Middle Tennessee hold them to 3?
It's going to be difficult. Good body lean by the offensive line, and you're watching St. Just when he runs the football, makes a cut, but he just leans forward with the ball all the time. Always picking up that extra half a yard, extra yard every time he carries the football.
And I'm assuming that Rolovich and company would go for 3 on 4th down. They may not, the way this game has gone. Brown sprints right, has an open receiver, scores. It's Colley. Dylan Colley, the sophomore from El Dorado Hills, California, makes the catch and extends the football beyond the line. Hawaii's in great shape.
And another great job by a young receiver for Hawaii. The sophomore, Dylan Colley, knows where the goal line is, reaches out across the goal line for the score. How about quarterback Drew Brown rolling to his right, throwing the ball right on the money again on 3rd down.
He has been on target in this game. Sanchez boots it through. 52-35. Hawaii extends their lead. Home folks here at Aloha Stadium, all smiles. 52-35, Hawaii with the lead in the Hawaii Bowl. Just 3:31 left to go in this game. Hawaii cheerleaders pleased with what they have seen, as are the folks here in attendance at Aloha Stadium, thinning out a little bit here on this Christmas Eve.
Hawaii's played an exceptional football game, maybe the best of the year.
An opportunity for Desmond Anderson on the return. He'll only get out to the 23, though. That's where the Blue Raiders will scrimmage. Stockstill out to the left, finds Mathers. Can he get some open space? He does. Tripped up, though, after a gain of 15. It'll be a 1st down.
It's one of those plays we hadn't seen enough from Itavius Mathers in this game. You thought he touched the ball a lot more, particularly at the running back position, but he's such a great receiver out of the backfield.
Malachi Mangeo with the stop, back out this side. Ty Lee with the reception, close to another 1st down. Counted off at about 10 yards. They gave him the 1st.
This is the tempo that Middle Tennessee wanted to try to establish the entire game, but they haven't been able to the last 2.5 quarters.
With the football midfield, clock winding down, 3 minutes left to go in this one. They've got to go quickly. Stockstill looking to move in a hurry, just throws this one away. Play wasn't there.
Under pressure on the play. For Hawaii, I look at this team, first-year head coach Nick Rolovich, the strides that they made this season. Got to be impressed. The way that they finished the season and the way they played in this game.
This evens up their record if they can hold on for the W at 7-7.
And that's big for him in this program.
Mathers finds a crease on the left side, trying to break free from the tackle. Cannot do so. Finally wrapped up that time. Mefikolo Matangi with the stop. And Corey Rasmussen with the help.
Middle Tennessee takes the first charge time out of the half.
Time winding down for Middle Tennessee, trying to get something going. That isn't going to get it done. Ty Lee bringing up a 4th down.
Terrific job of tackling by the Hawaii defense on that play. When you're talking about the playoffs, I was thinking about Ohio State for some reason. I had them on my mind.
That's next. That's coming up next, man. Right around the corner. 4th down for Middle Tennessee, and they convert. Beautiful pitch and catch that time, all the way inside the 5-yard line. Right on target as C.J. Wyndham brought it in. Nice pass that time by Brent Stockstill, too.
Fabulous pass, stepping up, throwing the ball vertically, but putting a lot on the football, shredding it between defenders. What a great pass. And a nice job by C.J. Wyndham coming down with the football and holding on to it with 2 hands. Big 1st down.
1st and goal, under a minute left to go in the game. Can they keep their hopes alive? They got to score quickly here because they're down 3 scores. Incomplete that time, looking for Dennis Andrews.
Not on the same page with quarterback Brent Stockstill.
Jalen Rogers, who had an interception earlier in the day. We've had over 1,000 yards of total offense combined from both these teams today. That's not a surprise. I think we expected to see something like that at the start of the night.
That's bowl season. They're both pitching it around.
Mathers can't break free. Loss of a yard on the play, and Stockstill runs down to get a timeout. That's his second. And Drew Brown, just a sophomore. He'll be back next year. Third down. Pass is complete, but short of the goal line. We're going to have fourth down as the clock continues to wind, and Stockstill calls his final timeout. Fourth down, last chance for Middle Tennessee. Can they keep their hopes of this Hawaii Bowl alive? Stockstill keeps. Looks for a receiver. Has his man, but can't connect. Stephen Rhodes made the play for Hawaii.
Good play call, good pass, bad hands by the receiver. Look at Nick Roll, he's fired up.
He is fired up. The Bows are going to win their first bowl game since 2006.
Nice execution by the offense. This is what you want. This is why you call those timeouts. You wanted to get this play. Diagram, good throw by the quarterback, Brent Stockstill. Good touch. Just got to come down and catch the football.
Couldn't quite make it work that time. So Hawaii takes over inside their own 5. And that'll do it.
You know what, partner? Fun game to call. 87 points scored.
Yeah, over 1,000 yards. Rolovich trying to avoid the Gatorade bath. It's not going to work.
He's trying.
Means a lot to him, quarterback here.
Look at that joy and happiness
Under
by
June
those players.
Jones. Means a lot to these players. Clock winding down on this edition of the Hawaii Bowl as Rick Stockstill and Nick Rolovich meet at midfield.
Two classy coaches.
Been a fun game, Mayday.
Yeah, a lot of scoring, a lot of excitement.
Points, a lot of scoring. 2:35, Hawaii with the win. Coming up next on ESPN, we take you back to Bristol for SportsCenter with Bucci and Anderson. Fans, tune in to ESPN 3 for the post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One. Thanks for watching, everybody.